What if you could become a better person, not by working harder, but by taking one small step a day? And not because you're a bad person now, but because there's something inside you that's ready for more. How to be a better person gives you one tiny step a day you can take to be the person you want to be. My mission? To help you live your best life. Hi there, and welcome to How to Be a Better Person. I'm Kate Hanley, your host and author of the book by the same name. I admit it, the thing I'm sharing with you today took me a couple of years to adapt to. And that thing is to use more gender-neutral language in your everyday interactions. As a writer and an editor, I was taught to always avoid they when the subject of the sentence was singular, and to rewrite so that he or she worked. When I first heard about the singular they, which people are using to talk about someone without sticking them in a particular gender basket, it was like it bounced off my eardrums. Not allowed. I wrote How to Be a Better Person in 2017, and it came out in 2018. Even though it was only a little over 2 years ago, I wasn't thinking much about being more inclusive with my language. While I tried to use he as much as I used she, I also talked about husbands a lot. Reading back over it now, I'm like, God, Kate, not everyone is a woman in a heterosexual relationship. A reviewer on Goodreads pointed it out too. Stephanie said, it would have been nice if all of the pronouns in the suggestions were gender neutral. Most were, but the ones that weren't really stuck out. Point taken, Stephanie. He and she, when used to describe hypothetical situations, such as not talking about a specific person's story, really do stick out to me now. I know it can be challenging to keep up with all the ways the world is changing, but now we know more about how common and utterly normal it is to not fit into male and female gender boxes. And we also know more about how painful it is to not have your reality represented in books, movies, shows, songs. And once you know better, you can do better. I'm sorry it took me as long as it did to start making a conscious and concerted effort to use more inclusive pronouns. But when I'm coaching clients, I always say, the important thing isn't how long it takes you to make a change. The important thing is that you did it. So, first, I'm encouraging you today to get used to the singular they. It is actually such a relief not to have to write around that anymore, I've got to say. Here's an example of a singular they. If someone is trying something new, they have to give themselves permission to do it wrong or badly at first. See how easy that was? You're probably doing it a lot already without realizing it in certain situations, like, oh, FedEx was here, they left the package on the porch. It's just broadening your use of it. It's making you more conscious about your word choices. The other really important thing that you can start to do now is to start using more gender-neutral terms when talking about large groups of people. For instance, try not to say you guys. I live in the Northeast and it's something people say all the time. It's something I say all the time. And you know what? It pretty much never only refers to men or boys. It just cuts women and non-binary people out of the picture altogether. It makes gender part of the conversation when it doesn't need to be. It's just not necessary, and it's not great. It's also hard to wean off of it. This stuff worms into your brain and it can pop out without your even thinking about it. So I want you to prepare that you're going to get this wrong a lot, but I also want to give you some alternatives to start weaving into your general addresses of groups of people, no matter how big or small. Some of those alternatives include folks, people, friends, and y'all. Y'all is a fantastic catch-all. Listen, people change, times change, and language changes too. If this is something that you'd like to learn more about, I cannot recommend highly enough the book Gender, Your Guide by Lee Ayrton, who's a professor of gender studies in Kingston, Ontario. The book is packed with a ton of very specific guidance. Lee really makes this stuff so simple and understandable and does a great job of relating just how big a difference those folks who are cisgender can make by being more inclusive in their pronoun use and in their general catch-all terms. It's really not that hard to update our language, and it's really not that big of a deal. And if you mess up, you can just give a quick apology and move on. The world is changing, and we're all in varying stages of catching up. Nobody's going to get it right all the time, but when we make an effort to evolve, we inspire others to at least think about it too, and hopefully do it. It's like a rising tide lifts all boats. All right then, people, folks, y'all, I'm out. Back tomorrow with a tip to help you raise your consciousness and your awareness of how you spend money, something this time of year provides a huge mountain of opportunities to do. Thanks for listening to How to Be a Better Person. Our theme song is Left for Deadish by Junior85. The podcast is mixed by Sound Advice Strategies. If you liked what you heard in this episode, share it with someone you think would like it too. Your voice matters. Also, How to Be a Better Person has an official newsletter that sends the past 7 episodes, a sneak peek of the week ahead, and one well-chosen meme to your inbox every Saturday morning. Sign up at beabetterpersonpodcast.com and click on Get Podcast News. I also love to hear from listeners. I love it. Send me an email by clicking on the Contact Kate button at beabetterpersonpodcast.com, tweet me at KateHan, Katehan, or find me on Instagram at Kate Hanley Author. I look forward to connecting with you.